All right, we ready?
Okay, I'm getting notes from the Canva. Yeah.
Here.
Yes.
Okay, you guys ready?
Here. 3, 2.
All right. So it's a new.
Is that right?
How we feel?
Okay.
Yeah.
Season 6 premiere. This was
Episode
weird,
1. It
right?
does feel weird.
Wait, but you've got this like swing in your mouth.
Hello.
Happy to see me? Yeah. Okay, so season 6 premiere, guys. Welcome. And Matt's gonna just
Adjust us.
adjust it a little bit because it just feels weird.
Yeah.
We are in a new space.
We
We're
are.
at 666, Studio 666. And this is where we are going to be filming going forward. This is the new Tibby Media Studio.
This is a big deal.
Yes, big fucking deal. All right, we are gonna have a great style class today to kick off the new year. What we're going to talk about is how to really think so clearly, be able to understand the decisions that you're making and why, so that you can really start to use them to intuit.
Yep.
And just, someone wrote to me after I put the notice up on Instagram that we were gonna be talking about building your style gut. And they wrote and they said it's a good thing to be able to have a gut for anything.
Yep.
But especially around sale time, because that's when you
Pounce, right?
you just pounce. And then you know that there's an analytical checklist that you can go through. But when it's overlaid with like, is this going to sell out? It gets you pretty anxious, right?
Yeah.
So having that style gut is really important. So what we talk about today, we're gonna always explain the why. And we're going to keep doing it over and over so that you guys can get to this place where you're gonna write this and you're gonna be like,
I got it.
man, I got it.
Feel good.
I am so good. And then we're gonna show you how we connect the past, present, and the future, because we will always do that in what we create. And then we're gonna dive a bit into like what's a trend or not a trend.
Classic or trend.
Exactly.
All right.
So
Let's go.
first of all, like speaking of, okay, so we do have a sale going on, right? It's
Surprise,
the
surprise.
fall-winter sale.
Yeah.
We do them twice a year. I know you guys waited a long time for it. It's here. As you will see from the sale, the inventory is very light, and that is purposely so. Not so that we can jerk people around, but we
No.
are a small company, and I think people are still very surprised that a big production run for us would be like we made 200 of those.
Right.
That's big, people.
That is big.
So we are small, even though we seem big, we're small, very small. So 200 is big for us, and maybe 75 to 100 pieces might be more of the norm.
Yes.
So you've got a mixture of seasons on.
Yes, I have a mixture of past, present, and future. So I'm wearing the tennis sweater, which is actually in our the wool flannel that we carried before, and all of the great silhouettes with this
So
cute
this
little.
is part of the new resort.
Yes, this is a part of resort, and of course I'm wearing fundamentals in this really great gray that we had from fall.
Is it gray on sale? I
Yeah.
can't remember. It is.
Uh-oh.
Is it?
We'll find out soon.
Okay,
But-
Sloan's gonna check.
But yeah, so I really rely on, and I relied on the wilt a
Yeah.
lot when I first started, and I think the jogger still has a great place in my life, but amping it up a little bit with some of the resort really makes it feel fresh for me and every day. And also wearing it with I call the Pete is the tall and the Andre is the short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of the Pete and Andre, Pete Sampras, Andre Agassi. So what I want to point out here is someone wrote to me and they were like, when is too much nylon enough?
Yeah.
And why does it feel so good? And what I want to explain is what this nylon is doing is that if
Yep.
they are
Yeah.
on sale. Okay, great. Thank you, Cassius.
You brought the note.
If Couture was wearing a navy blue tropical wool pant, that would be fine and the look would read very refined.
Right.
If you were wearing a lighter denim, it would read
Sportier kind of?
a little sportier.
Or casual.
Which is ironic because the nylons are actually making it feel less sporty.
Right.
But definitely interesting because it's
But that
this
shine,
texture.
it's texture, and I was craving that. So I'm wearing navy. You can see it's a really deep Tibby navy, and it has like sweater knit, so you can almost see the difference between the two. But I still wanted something that gave a little refinement, but also elevation
Yeah.
to it.
So the nylons will always give you texture.
Yeah.
If you've got a lot of prints and everything in your closet, and you want to bring things down a notch, a lot of times if you mix it with like a tropical wool, you start to feel very, very corporate-y, and it honestly feels a little mature to me.
I feel that way too.
And then, so when you got all those prints and everything, the nylon keeps it like good friction, interesting. So it brings it down a notch. And then what that nylon does is when you have something just like a basic wool sweater or something, it lifts it up. And then when you've got detail like what you're wearing right now, it just meets it where it is.
Yeah, anything else would be a little bit too much. And I like to look at nylon as a texture and not an activity, right? Because we grew up in the 80s, 90s, so these were like, this is made for running. I can look at ease and refined with a texture and not like if this were patent or anything else, it's just a texture to me.
Well, it was interesting because Tracy and I started working on spring 26, and I was
What is love?
telling her yesterday, I realized one of the things that we've done and how we talk about things in the bifurcated life is we've flipped the notion of athleisure on its head, right? Like athleisure became a thing because it was people who had a lot of athletic wear and they were figuring out how to bring it into their regular life. And I think for us, and what Tracy is genius at is she's actually taken the things from our regular life, because a lot of us found out that we weren't doing yoga 24/7 and that the bulk of our life was spent at the office with our kids or going to events or whatever. So I think what Tracy's done that's genius is she's taken this clothing for our bulk of our life and she's made it chill so that you can wear it in a leisure way. So it's, I don't know. Well, I'll come up with a word for that.
No, it's good.
One other quick hack right here.
Oh my goodness. Sweaters. So this guys is a deep V, and you know I told you about my girls before. We're a sizable amount. If you have nothing, good for you, but I got a little something going on. But if you want a little coverage with something that's a little deeper, just take what you have in your closet. So I have easy washable cashmere sweater. I'm wearing a bra, which I'll show you. So this is a little bit too deep for my liking normally. So I just took it and wrapped it around my neck as a scarf and tucked it in. And now I have like this little cowl, you know, scarf situation. Great for indoors, also over
Just
my coat.
instant solve, guys. You know, when
Easy.
you buy a deep V, the thing about a deep V is what we say is you want to commit and have a point of view. And you know, in the book, a lot of you guys have commented on my commentary about truly basic ass tops that make you feel so basic.
Right.
So this commits with the V. This commits up
Oh
here.
my god, if this was just like here, I'd look like, it looked like a regular vintage.
Basic.
Yeah, look at that. So
Basic. So what happens is going all the way, then you can push it when you want, then
And
you
strip
do
it back.
this. And you're wearing it with a
Washable
lighter,
cashmere.
washable cashmere.
Yeah.
Had you done any of the long sleeve, these
I do that in
circular
white or
tees,
gray.
like done.
Easy peasy. All right,
Exactly.
so talk to me about what you have on, because Amy, you are in classics. You're in ring 1 and 2 right now.
I'm in my classics, and what is important to me is, again, with those classics, having a point of view. A white jean is one that a lot of us like fantasize about as the perfect classic, and nothing can make you feel more basic than a white jean.
People are scared of it because they don't want to look basic, but they also know they need it.
Exactly, and it just can look basic as fuck. So what happens is here, this is the tuck jean, which we are bringing back. This is coming in a couple weeks, I think.
Yep.
And you guys will see when it officially comes back, we'll talk a lot about the sizing.
Yeah.
But tuck round 1 for a lot of you guys, that was a jean that a lot of you were just like, okay, you know what?
What is this?
You got it. It's big. It's a big fitting jean, and it was. But what I actually felt for the first time was it was just a little hair too big. So when we had brought it back, now we've brought it down a half size. So I'm wearing the 27, and I feel really sharp in it, and it's clean. But it's got puddles and puddles of ease to it.
And also still point of view, sorry to point there,
Yeah.
but you know, the rise is still the same. So that's what makes a tuck. I find it to be really easy to wear because it's straightforward. Put it on.
You can do this, you can hike it up if you want and
You can
turn it
roll
into
it.
something higher
Totally.
and do whatever with it. So why don't we bring out little Sarah?
Yeah,
and
let's
then,
do it.
You can change into something new. So here, I just wanted to show you guys that the white is really meant for year round. So I'm gonna put it with a sale item here. We got Sarah with us today. You got the the crew for our premiere. But I wanted to put this with the tweed from fall. And what is great about this, I want to show you all the different details on it that take something very classic that has been very much flipped on its head. So this is very cardigan-like, and you've got all the inside buttons here for the little pocketing. You always have from Tibby the stabilizers on the buttons that keep everything in place nice. And then what's important with the tweed is you've got the raw edge here. And so that is why it does not feel fussy. And then you've got the drop shoulder. And I'm wearing a small. I was looking to see if this is SML or not. So this is a size small, and I am just under 5'5". Can I see on you how this?
I think it also just really winterizes the
Yes.
jean. Like I think people, there's a notion that, oh, here she is. There's a notion that white jeans, you know, have a very limited lifespan. Don't wear white after Labor Day, whatever those like typical tropes are. But I think, you know, pairing it back to something that we wouldn't necessarily think of first, you know, a heavier tweed and a woolly sweater, etc., how you're wearing it right now with the circular ribbed, and then, you know, have it around the one around your waist. I think it really maximizes the lifespan of those jeans.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, so then if you think about the white as a tool, so I'm bringing on Sloan real quick. So can I, so you, well, sorry, this is the length here on Sarah, and Sarah is 5 feet, is that right? So you can see it's one that it's, because it's such an easy fit, like you would actually wear this as like an outer coat.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just
for sure.
even in that size. So it's very easy to fit. But what I want to show you with the white jean as a tool is, like if we put it on Sloan here, you can see that what this is doing is it's creating one look, right? Like it's giving lots of different textures. She's wearing cashmere, she's wearing a satin, she's wearing a croc boot. So it's just giving texture. And then if you've got this and you're like, okay, I want to feel something different, you don't just switch to like a different style dark skirt or a different style dark sweater. By throwing it on with the white jean, you are just using the white as a bona fide tool to brighten the whole look up. Remember, brighten or dark, neither one is better than the other. It's just these are the ways that you get differentiation in your closet so that you can lean into different moods when you're in them. Cool. Do you mind tossing me the confetti sweater? Thanks. Okay, so tell me what you've got going on.
So I am really playing more into present and future, but I think when we think of fundamentals, you know, each season we are refining and evolving them. So while some maturate out, we definitely, you know, are using materials that we feel are really signature to the Tibby brand, that feel familiar. So one of those things is the super fine gauge turtleneck menswear inspired sweater. I know that's a mouthful, but this is a material that we have been using for a few seasons now. I'm wearing it in the navy iteration. It also comes in a light heather gray and a more classic athletic gray.
Is this a small?
This is a small, so just to clarify, this is the small size. I am an extra small. We did not have that one available. And then I'm wearing underneath the viscose gingham oversized men's shirt, which is our new fundamental. It is super classic. I'll come up, but I really like kind of pairing these together in a way that feels unexpected. I think when you think of a turtleneck, you don't typically think like, I'm gonna layer that. I'm sure you could layer it under something else, but to have it as more of the quote unquote hero piece, I think is really flipping it on its head. And so I really like the subtle print that this gingham gives. And then
Sorry, real quick. So guys, you know, when we talk about like understanding what's in your gut, so if you were to put this on and something feels off about it, that's when you can start to be like, does it feel a little dark and heavy? Does it just, and not even heavy like in weight, but does it feel just darker than I want to feel today?
Totally.
And that's where then like, you're like, you know what, I'm gonna put the gingham shirt on underneath it. It's got some white popping out. And you're right, people don't assume that you layer up under a turtleneck. the reality is that often you do what you need to do to tweak something in your closet, and that's how really good things happen. That's how good mistakes happen. It's how good style
Totally.
happens.
It's all about, playing with what you have before going out and, buying all new things.
Yeah.
You really need to, at least I do every season, kind of reassess the fundamentals of my own wardrobe
Yeah.
and then see where those gaps are and how I can fill them.
Yeah.
On the bottom, I've got the Crown de Poudre pleated short from Resort. I will say that when this sample, okay, this is mine, but when the sample came in, I'm pretty sure you screamed out into the office. If there's ever been anything for Sarah Brody, it is this short right
And you
here.
came in today this morning, like it's freaking freezing out, but you were wearing the black tights.
I was wearing
and
a
the
black
white
tie,
shoe,
yeah.
It's so good.
The little Victor White pump with it.
Exactly.
Perfect.
But I wanted to really showcase how to kind of transition it into spring.
Yeah.
I think, especially with something that is very short,
Mhm.
a lot of people might be hesitant, but I think the fact that there is a built-in short here,
Yeah.
and it's not like a mini tennis kind of built-in underwear. It is a full short.
Yeah.
And the pleat is removable, so I really love that kind of 2-for-1, lowering the cost per wear.
Yeah.
This is something that I would honestly put on a pair of jeans.
Yeah,
I mean,
like hook it onto the belt loops.
I would hook it like any color. I mean, I love kind of the juxtaposition
Mhm.
of white and black,
Mhm.
but just
Yeah.
to like add a little bit of flair, a little bit more
Yeah.
interest to something that might feel maybe too classic or too pragmatic if you're looking for a little creativity.
Yeah.
And then again, kind of harkening to the idea of the past, obviously the set sneaker is now something in our full rotation, and I opted for the blue suede pair with our new cashmere ribbed socks in the same blue. And I think this kind of ring 4 color
Yeah.
just draws your eyes down a little bit, and it's surprising. And I think for me, the element of surprise is what makes me think that I've successfully executed like a look that I really love.
Yeah, so when we talk about things of like, is it a trend or is it a classic? What has been so great with what we've been able to do here by staying small and owning our voice live is that we can really push past when we create something initially that we think may be a trend.
Totally.
And then, so when we started wearing like socks with sandals, for instance, I think like back in the day, back in your Teen Vogue days, that they'd be like, Sarah, do a thing on socks with sandals as a trend. And then
Right.
next season you're like, okay, now what's the new thing that we
Right.
write about? But what you realize is that like the sock here, the way Sarah's wearing it is, it's almost giving the vibe of like a boot. And so when you think about the socks in your closet, you want to build out a wardrobe of socks of different colors to reach different vibes and different moments. And the great things is the socks are like a really, really low cost, efficient way to build it out. Because whether you go with our silk and wool ones, whether you, whatever's higher, and then whether or not you've gone to Target, like building out that array of socks is going to give you wild possibilities
For
in the
sure.
closet.
I really think a lot of the time it really is like, obviously shoes can really change your point of view for outfitting, but I really do think it's those kind of smaller accessories, a scarf, a belt,
Yeah.
a sock in the scenario that
Keep
kind
it
of give you
going.
like a whole new vibe.
Well, and even so, like I just threw on the confetti sweater here because I think that these pieces, when you are thinking about things that you're going to buy that are going to take you through the seasons, for me, what's important is things that are like smushy and very malleable, right? And that like, you just throw it on and it's giving you this like luxe cream and white look without, I don't feel like I'm full on like, I don't know, not in the movie.
I feel like
so.
it's right, but I feel like it's not like Nancy Meyer's
That's-
Coastal
that's the
White.
name
Like,
of it.
like you're wearing something.
That's what I was
Sorry,
reaching for.
I'll say.
So exactly, and so I think that just having these things, you can tweak things up, change the vibe, make it a little more seasonless, and
sure.
then even adding like if I were to put on that blue sock with a brown loafer, giving it like some weirdness, if you live in a suburban place or something like I do, you always want to inject a white jean with like a little bit of
Exactly.
You want to nudge it a bit.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you okay talking by yourself for a minute?
No,
'Cause
I am.
I'm gonna go change my.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, cool.
All right, guys. So I've been really thinking about how to explore the color wheel in new ways, and I think what knowing in your gut what your style is really can allow you to explore that. So pairing two ring fours together is something that I used to do, but I haven't done in a while. And I thought, okay, how can I wear the red Winslow with the stripe in a new and exciting way? And if you wore white with this, it would feel very, to me, like spot on for sporty, for anything athletic, almost like tennis core, I guess. But this yellow really makes me feel like, okay, it's exciting and it's unexpected, and pairing it back to a heel. So I'm wearing the Winslow, and this is from Resort, and I'm wearing it in size large, right? And I'm also wearing the Sail, this is the crispy pullover. The crispy pullover and butter. And so if you have your color wheel, this is just a great place for you to say, okay, how do I want to remix this and make it feel fresh? I'm gonna put on my blazer. Sloan, can you help me? So for instance, if I'm not someone that really wears like that nautical marine, red, white, and blue. Oh my God. Amy, the hand, it touched my butt.
What touched your butt?
The sculpture.
Oh, wait.
So you can
Man, that's Ray. Ray's like doing that.
HR. Okay, so you can see if I had on just a regular white t-shirt, it'd feel very like, okay, this is red, this is definitely blue, this is white, but this yellow just makes it feel fresh and still elevated and not a trend. So if I were to pop in ring 3, this is butterscotch. This kind of gives it a really soothing feeling. I'm just gonna tuck this under here. But I like the excitement of the yellow. So what I do on the weekends, I'm gonna show you as a mom. So this is a different feeling. So this almost becomes like a pink. I love how I tuck that and it really looks like a shirt.
I know, it really
I was
does.
like, that happened really fast. So now this feels almost, is it pink, is it orange, is it peach? It's great. Can you throw me the Sail? So that's a fundamental. We have our t-shirts in ring 3. And then I have this crispy sweater in ring 4. And so on the weekend, what I've been wearing with the red is ring 2 in this camel sweater with my sets. Can you hear my sets? And so this is just another way for you to explore how can I feel like relaxed and easy. And now you can see I feel chill, right? Like I have on a sweater, it's mushy, I have on my sets, I have on a sweatpant. I came from wearing a heel, and now I'm transitioning right into the weekend. Cool. No, it's all good. And so, as you can see, these are my sets. They're tried and true. I'm like a hardcore sneaker person, and I really don't like for my sneakers to get dirty, but I think a change of like knowing myself and knowing how I show up, I'm okay with them being worn in and lived in. And this kind of worn out feel, it's very optic when you first get it. So I kind of love them the older they get. And this is completely a vibe that takes me like during the week into the weekend.
I have something fun I'm gonna show.
What are you
in
gonna
a second.
show?
Okay. So
Well, you're in a suit.
I am,
Because I'm a boss.
bossy.
I'm bossy.
I'm bossy. Okay, so this felt really good today.
You look good.
Right? Like I felt really good.
I feel like I would pay you to like sign some checks. My check in particular.
Okay, so when this suit's on sale, I can't remember the name of it. Adler?
That's a sin. This is a steal.
Adler?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I want to show you guys is I had done a Substack about this jacket because it really to me appeals to two groups on sale, especially is if you are in a cohort that is kind of moving into business for the first time and you are wanting to demonstrate creativity, but you also don't want to look crazy, right? Like this is your first job or maybe your second job and you want to be taken seriously, but you also want to be seen as a creative. And we know that like from LinkedIn studies and everything, that creativity is one of the #1 things that people are looking for in hires. So you want to look creative, but sometimes if you do it too much in the styling, it can start to get a little bit away from you. And it's great, but like you want to also have on things that in their simplicity, they also are very creative at the same time, and they're going to be different than your peer set. So what's great about this one is you've got the cutout back detail. So when you're wearing it, just from the back, it looks like a crop jacket.
Yep.
And from the front, it obviously looks like a full jacket. So you don't, I mean, it's got a very strong point of view, but it doesn't take over the whole conversation.
Mhm.
It's a very different jacket than what your colleagues have. So this one is a size 4,
Mhm.
and you can see it's got a strong shoulder, and it's an inset shoulder. I have very narrow shoulders, so if I had,
I compare it to the Marlin or the mats,
yeah,
but double-breasted.
exactly. And it is just really true and beautiful. And again, you've got like all the inside great details, which make it a jacket that you're going to keep forever for the rest of your life. And so the other person, the other cohort that I was going after, talking about why this jacket is great, is if you were someone who's retired. And what you'll notice from a lot of the people that I talk to that have retired is they're like, wait a minute, what's my new retiree wardrobe?
My
Like
lifestyle,
I'm not running around in like floaty dresses all day, and
Right.
I'm not in leggings all day, and I want to still feel like my old self.
Mhm.
But
I'm not
my
at
old
work.
self was going on a train and into the city
Yep.
and meetings and everything. So what you want to do is, a blazer is the perfect way to transition, because the blazer for those people, especially those who've left like the corporate world, the blazer is their jean jacket. The blazer is the
It's
thing that they-
safer. It feels like comforting almost.
it's your comforting thing.
Yeah.
But the thing is for a lot of you guys, the blazers that you have in your closet are uptight little bitchy. They're just bitchy and annoying. And I get it, and I know why you bought it, and I know who convinced you to buy it. But the thing is you're not going to wear them again.
Yeah.
And when you wear that bitchy little blazer with the white jean, no,
Just fall out.
go.
So okay, so that
You
person,
lose
if they're
your
buying
job.
it, what should they do on the bottom? Like if they're like, I want to wear this a million ways, right? Like,
You're
you
gonna
look
wear
like
it-
a boss, but you also look chill.
I'm gonna wear it with white track pants. I'm gonna wear it with a pair of sweatpants. I'm gonna
Mhm.
wear it with jeans. Everything.
Nice.
Done.
Okay.
Um,
What's that?
blush.
Oh, thank you. All right, so tell me about the pants, because the fit of these pants, these are on sale, and these are like a 3-pant-in-1 deal. I feel like if I were to buy pants for my daughter, I'd buy this so she can be like 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. So I got them snapped up on one side here, so that is keeping them pretty chill and loose. When you wear them all the way down, it's like,
Don't go there. I mean, you could. Different type of TV.
nasty.
For real.
OnlyFans by Tibby.
Only TV. But
Anyways.
so the sizing for this, you get versatility, right?
Yeah,
so you
so
get to
you
wear it
got-
high, you get to
You
wear
can wear
it
it
low.
high, so I'm gonna pull it up here, and then I can do this, and I'm gonna
And
fully snap it up.
We show the sizing on the size chart for both the unsnapped and the snap. So you should
Oh.
take your true size.
Yeah,
so
so
you're
you can
not
wear it like up high,
Yeah,
and then do this kind of slinky thing with it.
so good.
Okay, so very quickly, trend or not trend, not trend, trend but not a trend, is a clear shoe.
Okay.
And we know this now by wearing rain boot, which has like been
Fundamental.
insane. But what we find with a clear shoe, and a lot of us bought, like I love the little road jellies last spring, right? And you buy that stuff because with an outfit, it either disappears or it can be something completely new depending on the sock that you've worn with
I
it.
forgot you even had on shoes. I was looking at the suit and I literally,
Right.
it disappeared.
And when I was trying on different things, like yes, I tried a red sneaker with it, that was cool and interesting. I tried a dark pump with it, that was too serious. But
Yeah, because look, we both have on.
yeah.
You're right. If you had this on, you would look like you're truly going to work.
Yeah, and it's not my vibe.
Yeah.
But having the clear shoe on gave it just that like little friction and edge that you want. And I would even do something like, Sarah, you've got those, or no, Gabriel, my son has those leopard socks.
You guys are interchangeable.
But like leopard socks
Yes.
with this.
Oh my God.
That's a good look. I need to try that.
Okay,
What
but-
socks
all
are
right.
you wearing?
Wait, so Amy just walked off, but then the point of view on that neckline that you have on, Amy, this is why, like, you guys are buying basic ass basics to quote Amy Smollett.
Yes.
This is not a basic,
No,
and I
'cause-
love that this, I love that this fits. Yeah, that wouldn't be the same.
No.
Put it back up there. So I just want to tell you, I'm wearing the cape. This is our, like, real deal. We talked about this before, wearing the cape back to the sweater. So I went from wearing this on the weekend, maybe wearing this to brunch. I also wear stuff like this to church, if you see me. Really elevated. And I wore it this morning like a babushka. I had it literally wrapped around my head because I was like, oh my God, it's so cold. So putting this on with my coat, come here, Sarah Roden. Like, Look at me. I'm a little, but I just did all this crazy stuff and wrapped it around my
Yeah,
head.
that's like what
I know it looks crazy, but it was pragmatic for me.
Yeah.
Under my coat. Anyway, I look like a little
I love it.
nesting doll.
I mean,
Thank
I
you.
love this look.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so talk to me. Tell me what you brodied.
There's a lot going on here. But, you know, as I was thinking about what I was going to wear today, I was going through obviously like what I own. And so you've probably all seen many of these pieces before because I really typically wear like a very tight edit of the things that I really love for myself. So the Kian plaid cropped bomber jacket, I could wax poetic about. I love this bomber. It's on sale for $4.98, I think. I'm wearing the extra small, so I really do think you can kind of go up or down in sizing depending on, you know, how shrunken you want it. But what I really love is kind of this, again, athletic detail on the back. It's like a cinched bomber back, so you've got really a more traditional closure in the front.
And I love this drop shoulder. So you're getting
Yep.
the ease that you would get in the Liam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're getting the same ease, so I could definitely layer on up under here. I'm wearing it with the mini check detached poplin shirt in the red. We did it in blue and white for fall. So for resort, we did the red color, and then shocking, I'm wearing the same shirt that I was wearing before, but in the crew neck. It's a super fine gauge men's
And that's
wear.
when
Oh my
everyone's
God.
been asking me
Pullover.
when we're bringing the heathered and.
The heather is good.
We got it.
So this is the, there's two grays. This is going to be the heather. The other one is like a light gray. You'll see the difference.
And they both have a place.
They both have a place.
Yeah.
You know, when we were, it's funny because Amy, Tracy, and I were talking about the grays, and we were like, well, should we just, you know, pick one? And I was like, we can't pick one. You've been talking about the two gray sweaters, and it sounds kind of crazy, but they really are. They are so different.
Yeah.
And then I'm wearing a size small in this, so it is a bit longer, which I actually like that proportion here. I'm wearing it with the slip skirt from Resort in the white and black, and then my blue feather matte shoe.
And I think too, when we talk about like styling hats that are interesting, when you have moved this to the side like this, you're not Kurt Cobain.
Right.
It's
You're
not
not,
Kurt Cobain.
right, Friends.
You know.
Yeah.
Like
So actually,
1991.
I wanted to point that out because I was, you know, tying it in different ways, and again, I actually really liked seeing this asymmetrical kind of waist here and having more of the fabric here and the knot on the side, so that it really didn't feel so grunge Kurt Cobain esque. I think also because it's not a traditional flannel material,
Yeah.
Right,
it is
true.
more of a Oxford shirting material. It lends a little bit more polish. And so yeah, and while I think that sure, a feather shoe will come up within the trend cycle, as will gingham. You know, these are all
Texture isn't a trend.
That's
Exactly.
the thing. That the feather just turned into like you always need.
exactly.
texture.
It's like, you know, I think harkening on the leopard idea, like people, you know, a lot of the fashion industry considers animal print a trend, and I mean, I like
You
it
should
kind of
always
as a
have a
foundational
piece.
piece,
Yeah.
whether it's a sock, as Amy mentioned, or
A belt.
cardigan, a belt. I think, you know, you have to do what's best for you.
And so those textural pieces in the closet, what is interesting is for us from the design side, is this is where Tracy and I always want to go in with like a full-on color. And so it would be much harder for me to, like if this were a baby blue Napa leather pump, that would be a trend.
Totally.
But it wouldn't be an unbelievable problem solver each time. Because if you think about it, when you feel like your outfit needs a punch, the solve is usually not a flat fabrication.
For sure.
Usually the solve is something like hairy and textury and gummery, icky glossy sculptural. Oh yeah. Okay, so
You wrote a
yes.
book on that.
I did. Wait, okay, can I?
I don't know if you're.
Oh, a good hack here.
Okay.
I think this is a great hack. So,
Oh, this is your bright smile of yourself.
I wanna, like, when you problem solve in the closet, again, really good things can happen. And it has been freezing, and we don't have our armbands here,
Oh.
which is ridiculous because it is freezing. But we know that we love this cutout detail here because it gives interest and it allows us to have something that we can wear like this too when we want it. But what I want to show you guys, a hack, is take a sock, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut off the tip of the sock here.
I'm watching her. I'm watching her with the scissors. Don't worry.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm just going to pull the sock up over, you can see here, I'm just gonna pull it up over my arm. And then I am going to,
Bam. And just like that, you have a
And just
cashmere
like that.
armband.
now I've got a cashmere armband. And most importantly, this is one where, like, you love these sweatshirts, right? You love the blazer that has a cutout, the marlin. But sometimes, like, when it's cold out, you're like, oh,
Totally.
shit, man, I got a draft happening here.
Exactly.
So this is a draft killer. And if you even got like a leopard sock or something, like,
Go
not
nuts.
angry at all
Go
about
nuts.
that, that's a good look. So yeah, so this is the sweatshirt body from the Resort collection. And we finally did it in a heather gray.
Yeah.
We like debated on this forever on whether or not we really needed a sweatshirt
We
in a
did.
traditional, and we did.
I know, but the thing is, though, it really has that tippy perspective
Yeah.
that you and Tracy like mind meld over, because it really is our
Just gonna grab
core. It really has so many of our core elements, and like you said, the cutout elbows, the oversized shape, the cocoon back, like really, it's like, I love a Hanes sweatshirt, but you're not going to get those details.
No, and it really, this is sometimes when you are deciding, like, do I pull the trigger? Do I invest here? What you want to look at is what are your reasons that are pulling you back from it? And when you are really deciding between something that you're like, shit, I just wear it all the time and I live in it, they tend to be like the most functional basics in our closet, but somehow you think like you can find it in a Hanes
100%.
sweatshirt, and then you can't.
Or you not avoid buying it, but you're like, oh, I have to buy that sale item that
Yeah.
I'm have to have, when in actuality you're like, I should have to spend that same money, that same investment on something that I know I will get actual wear of.
Exactly. This is nice.
Thanks.
I love this mix. Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna get some new clothes on.
Okay. All right, guys. So this is the famous Michelle Obama sweater, but no, this sweater is the tennis sweater in the long sleeve, and it's on sale, and it's one of my favorites. I wear it so damn much that I have to like wash it every week and like air dry it over my shower. But I'm wearing it with the new Fundamentals gingham shirt. And remember when I told you guys the brown and white gingham was so good, and you were so mad at me when it sold out. So I'm telling you, this has drape, it has ease, it has refinement, it's classic. It has a slight shine and a slight texture. It's so good. So from here it reads like a gray. What I've done with the collar, I pinned it earlier, so it's freezing outside. I was freezing today, and like, you don't want your neck out. So just take a little safety pin this up, make it into like a turtleneck, and then you have something that you can do here. If you just let it down, then you'll have a collar. But I feel like I really like the coverage that it gives me over the neck. If I tuck this in, it'd be a little too perfect, so I like it out. And I'm wearing it with, this is Loden, right? Yep. This is the Loden fundamental skirt, and so I'm wearing it in large. This, guys, I wouldn't hem this. You write me and ask me, like, should I hem this? You should just tuck and like turn this waistband over. So these are like 2 hacks in 1. So there you have it. That's like 2 inches shorter. Wearing this with the boot, and brown, black texture. It feels really good. So again, you have a safety pin. Just pin this together. I've used like a little double stick tape. That's what it's called. And then it's safe. Feel really good. Can you hand me my black maxi coat? I want to show them like the full fit and how like covered I am. So I'm really into layers right now. I'm wearing all of my tippy clothing, all of my clothing in general, because it's effing freezing. Is it not, Matt?
It's terrible.
Meanwhile, Matt has on like a t-shirt, and I'm like, how are you doing it? But we'll see. So I can actually take this off and show you after I put my jacket on what this gay body looks like. This is a must-have from Fundamentals, and thank you. So for those of you that got the maxi, and so when we talk about past, present, future, super past, this is like 2 or more seasons ago. I live in this coat. Stupid good. So now I've taken something that's like work, weekend, and really elevate it and put it over the top. I wear this with a lamb under it. It has the drop shoulder. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Absolutely. And again, the nylon here and the gingham and the wool and the shine,
Yeah.
like boom, 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 all these textures layered up.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh, this is a favorite too.
Yeah, so what I wanted to show here was that when I was playing around with this top, which goes with the skirt, and I'm going to show you. So this top is on sale. Again, a point of view. This is no like wimpy ass scoop here. And then, but what I want to show you is, for me, this is too bare right now. Like it's too bare. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just one of our old featherweight wool sweaters,
Look at
and
that,
I'm just
matches.
going to do this, and then I'm going to tuck it in. And so it's almost like making this look like,
A little cowl.
yeah, a little cowl neck.
Yeah.
And so you really can do this with shirts in your closet, with sweaters, with long sleeve t-shirts. Like really play around with things. If you don't have them, but you've got a roommate or a partner or a spouse or son that does, go run in, grab their clothes, play around. But really just think, the neck is too low right now for what I want.
Yeah.
I want some coverage, and therefore I'm just gonna play around with it. And then I had brought those boots here, wear this, that's cool. But anyways, the
But I
clear
mean,
ones
this is great.
totally work.
You're welcome.
And you can see like the clear just like levels. It's just so good. And so like the brown gives it a layer of classic layer.
Right.
And then this is just
But seeing your
Good, good,
sheer
good.
stocking under a sheer boot, it's
sheer on sheer. It's good.
it's
good,
good. Yeah,
right?
yeah. I thought this was on purpose, so I love it.
Well, I just have all the rips on this.
I love that too. I mean,
Yeah, that, so if Sarah was Kurt Cobain, I'm, what's her name, Love? What, Courtney Love.
Courtney, yes.
Yeah, there you go.
and I'm just a bystander. All right, so
The band.
I'm just a watcher. So this, guys, I'm showing you the back of this one. I call this my fly fishing shirt because it's less than basic. It's not basic. So it's oversized, but easy. If I wanted to tuck this in, you have the gussets here. So you can make this look like it's a little bit slimmer, or you can tuck it in with ease. And as you see, I'm kind of covered everywhere, and I feel like, what's going on? What's going on here? I don't have enough skin. So there's something in me that says I have to adjust. And that's what knowing your fashion gut, like knowing who you are, I look at myself and something's a little off. Okay, how do I fix it? All right, here we go. Hide it. All right. Yeah, feeling better. And then I can easily just tie this around. I'm seeing that red sock, and I'm kind of craving red with this. I don't know. Do we have any red sweaters around still? There's something about this like really rich brown. Oh, we have the mercerized. So guys, the mercerized wool sweater is on sale. Please use the mercerized wool as like a tool for you if you are like right here, so we're red, easy peasy, done. Hi, talk to me.
I'm about to use this as my mirror.
Oh,
so
okay,
I've had-
cool.
Oh.
Oh my God. You're like when paparazzi sees people.
I just gave Dave the eye.
The worst eye.
Okay, so
Okay. Clyde.
I'm
no.
wearing past, present, and future out with a bang. Okay. So I'm wearing
You're right
the
back.
Clyde padding jacket from Resort. This is a style that we've done previously, and it really is a padded shirt. The padding is recyclable, so it's not too thick, but it is just the right amount that you still feel a little bit warmer. The drop shoulder, as with all of our outerwear and jackets, really allows for layering underneath. I have just belted it to, because I love the plaque belt from spring, but also B, just to like accentuate the waist a little bit and really do more of like a big, slim skin moment. And then I like the stripe kind of popping out. I'm really giving a lot of ton today. And again, you know, our point before with the texture, for me, that is again the feather shoe. I just think it offers just the right amount of inky glossy sculptural,
I
but
think-
kind of also the maximum amount.
I think too, one of the big differences with time here is that when you are really going for it with the ton, if this was close to the body, this was close to the body,
Totally.
it would all of a sudden, I feel a little just way too over the top.
Yes.
So when you're going for all that ton, that amount of ease with it, because I mean, like we love like, you know, a runway look where everything is like all Schiaparelli sculpted or alive, whatever, right? But in reality, that is when you often feel like you've gone off the rails.
For sure, and you kind of, you can see that you're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And what I love about, you know, this jacket in particular and a lot of our coats that feels very special is the double zipper. So again, I'm a real big like detail person, whether that's a print or a texture, what have you. And so immediately just by zipping this up, I've just created kind of a whole new silhouette that still feels like me using the same pieces. And that's really what it is about using the pieces that you have, that you invest in. Like that for me is the gut check. Like how many ways can I vary Ramya?
Exactly, like, yeah, like Ramya here, when you see, I had used her as an example in One Ton or None, and just here, like, everything is eased out.
For sure.
Had the skirt been skin tight, like, it just wouldn't have worked, right? But the easing of it is what really gave it the chill. Great.
And sorry, the shorts are the fluid suiting shorts,
Which are very year-round.
which are, I mean,
Absolutely,
very
yeah.
year-round. I had them with the sock before, but then there was no skin. However,
Yeah.
there's always options. A boot, anything really works.
Exactly. So I'm going to show you. So here, like obviously, I look like I'm going to work, but I look like I need to change my shoes once I get to work.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
Like, it looks like it's been a rainy day, but I don't feel like it is a full. I feel, you know, when I talk about like a bifurcation and
Yeah, there's a difference. I'm splitting you
there's
up.
two. It's
You look
two
like two
split,
different, yeah.
two bifurcated, right? But it's fine for the train. However, actually, I can just wear these. I don't need to wear these on the train, even if the weather's bad, because these are going to do the job as well. So I'm just going to show you. This is a top that I had on earlier, and then I'm just going to show it with the skirt.
It
And
really amplifies the skirt. I mean, the belt.
are you bothered by that, or
I'm not because of
I'm
the
not
texture.
either. Yeah.
I really am into it.
maybe because if it was a smooth belt?
Yeah,
it
if
would
it was
bother
smooth,
me.
but the texture it's two different textures.
Yeah.
I feel like it's still like rule of three.
Yeah.
Like one.
And then here too, like this feels perfectly fine for me.
Yeah.
And then I can also pull up the shoulders. So I'm wearing, I can't remember, is this sized or?
This is small.
Small, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm wearing a size small, and to be honest, because of my shoulders and chest being so small, I really could do an extra small in this and be just fine. A small is designed to fit a size 4'6", and on the top part for me, I'm more of a 4'2". So in a looser thing like this, I'm gonna go with an extra small.
I take this in extra large, and I find it to fit well across the chest. But if you have a torso, like it's a little bit, you know, you can take it on the show, but it's a little bit shorter. So if you have a long torso, just be mindful.
And also, if something is, I know sometimes like when you're getting dressed and you're like, well, okay, what if I lean over or whatever? This is where, like, if you're wearing tights underneath, like, get a pair of tights that comes up high, because it almost works like a cummerbund, and it hides stuff in the back, because we do have to lean over and get stuff, and no one in the office needs to.
I know.
Be
They
going
don't need
there.
to see that.
I don't need to see that. By the way, this
I was-
brown looks insane with
I was
that
looking
as
for
well.
that. But I was looking for her boot because these are like the piece de
Oh,
resistance
do you want my
today.
clear boots?
Yeah, I do. So there's something really interesting about wearing this lime green. This is new from Fundamentals, and you guys have asked, what are the differences between the previous pleated skirts that we've had? The sunbreak pleated, we've also had the featherweight. So the featherweight was more like, would you say it was like a CDC, Amy?
The featherweight?
Yeah, because it was like, it wasn't chiffon-y,
It's
but
a silky feel, definitely not.
yeah,
chiffon.
it was very silky,
And it's not,
right?
but it's not.
But it wasn't precious, right? So
Like,
this,
silk machine is so precious to me.
it really is. So this one, this is actually a nylon, but it's soft. So this reminds me, this is actually the one from the sheared nylon. So very soft, very light, but it's still holding the pleats. And the length is very similar too. So this pull-on, as you can see, has a little bit of leeway. I'm wearing it in an extra large and I'm wearing it back to the rugby from Resort. I really think this is a fun way to wear this skirt as a pop of color, but also it's feminine and I'm giving you something a little bit more sporty and androgynous on top. And this with the slits, it's so good. And so Amy took her boots, but I wanted to show you that if I were to pair this back with a tall boot right now, I'd likely wear it with both of those. Yeah, I'm not gonna give you my yoga for the first of the year because you know how I do. So this is a great way. I would put this on with either maybe a charcoal gray sock. I would wear it with a cream sock if I wanted to just show a pop of color, or I could even do it with navy or pairing it back to this guy. So since this is truly acting like texture here, because you see I have on a little bit of sheen with the skirt and then this pop. I'm gonna pop these on.
And sculptural heels.
What are you popping on?
What are you popping on?
What are you popping on?
What you popping
What
on?
are you popping on? What are you popping on?
I was popping this on.
Oh,
You're popping this
can I
on.
pop it on
You
real quick?
sure
Okay,
can.
thank you.
Guys,
Thank you.
what a great start to the year. Share. Amy, I wore these so much during the snow. So the snow that came for us and the snow that like.
They are so stupid.
But when I say, what I love is that these tippy pieces are like points of conversation because I talk to so many people wearing
So
these
many.
boots. And it's like, I love your boots. Where are they from? I'm like, oh, that's a little place name to me.
And
Look it up.
also, to be honest, like, you talk to interesting people.
Well, yeah, a
right?
man.
It draws
A
interesting people.
6'5" man with a flannel shirt on from Oklahoma was like, I love your boots. And I was like, you do? He's like, yeah, where are they from? And he bought them for his wife.
It's like everywhere, you know, whether it's like the checkout line at the grocery store, like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah. Cool.
Tell me.
Gossamer stripe.
Do you have anything else that you're gonna try on? Or you
You know, I could. Why not?
I mean, if
let's
you want
go.
to.
Okay.
We only have 4 more minutes,
All right,
but
let's see if I can
I just want to show you, this is the gossamer stripe. I am wearing it with a black bra underneath, so you can see that there is a little bit of sheerness in this, which I think is very interesting. And so when you are going through a checklist in your head of like, do I, don't I, what do I need, what do I not need? This is a top that is going to give you sheerness and ease, but it's also going to give you a little bit of femininity here in the sleeve. And so this is where, for me, I was telling Tracy that I was getting a lot of true men's style shirts in my closet. And I do like things that are quite tailored and straight up, right? So this is very tailored. Even the boots are tailored. So I was craving something that would add just a little bit of femininity to what I was wearing. And I'll wear a clean, you know, white Charlie shirt with this, but I want options. And so this is giving me options in my closet. So all of a sudden, I don't see this as like buying another white top. It's investing in a top that is gonna make all the more structured pieces in my closet create a different vibe and a different feeling and go a lot further. And so I've got it on with the boots here. And then I just want to show you, again, my favorite cozy sweater, this guy here. You really, like I was saying, you want things that when you put them on, they are very pliable and they've got ease to them. I do love it when I can come home from work and then just like crash on the couch and not feel like I've got to run upstairs and change right away unless I sat on the subway. That's a real thing. It's real.
You said before you didn't change after sitting on the subway.
No, you gotta change after sitting on the subway now. It's not even an option. So this one has got the slit on the side, guys, and then it is the drapey suiting short. I live in the pant and I live in the jacket. If you are those up and comers who are in your first phases of your career, I think either one of these suits colors is a strong place to invest. You'll have it forever. No one, you know, in my wise old age, I can just tell you that had I bought this in my 20s, I would still be wearing it. When I look back at what I did buy in my 20s, my Calvin Klein double-breasted blazer, I lived in that. I really want to know where it is. Actually, it's missing. I don't know. But anyways, I bought it. Do you know how much it was? Slim. Guess.
How much?
My Calvin Klein. It was the first time I'd ever splurged, right? Like I got a promotion at American.
$225? Wait.
Calvin Klein.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Okay.
Sorry.
1993. Calvin Klein. And this is where I've
$7.95?
no 94, and I've gone to Paris once, and I felt like a fucking like I just looked like I grew up on an island. So I came back and I'm like, never again. $895.
$7.95. I would have won
That's
Wheel of
like-
Fortune.
So I'm pointing it out because clothing is the one group that has been hasn't really been hit by the world of inflation. If you go like to the Met and look at like old copies of Vogue and you see what clothing prices were, unless you're in the luxury sector where you're like, are you fucking kidding me? Like $980,000 for this like t-shirt. But I digress. So let's end this here. Socks, shoes,
Yeah.
not a trend. Not a trend. They are things that you are going to have forever because it is giving the vibe of a boot. It is giving the comfort of a sneaker. It is giving you all of the polish, but all of the chill. And it really is taking you everywhere.
True story.
True story. And those are new.
Yeah, these are new, but if you wanted to recreate this look, with the sale one, the shiny nylon is on sale.
Oh, the satiny one.
Yeah, the
Oh,
satiny one is on sale.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Here you've got on the, this is the sale blazer.
Yeah,
It
the
is.
mainly train.
The run.
I like you.
Rent.
I like you merchandise better in the middle here, so we
Cool,
got from
cool,
like
cool.
the stripes to the, yeah. Okay, so
That silence.
you got in the, well, let's do a rundown of what you got on before
Do it.
we
I'm wearing
like head
the
out.
Ren crepe blazer from fall, the superfine gauge menswear crew neck, which apparently I'm taking with me. I'm not, don't worry. It's going back to the store. I'm wearing, what are these? The Winslow sweatpants, so the sweatpant version of Amy's, the sweatshirt Amy was wearing before.
And for all the guys out there, guy pick #1 of the year for sure.
I'm wearing the short version, just for clarification, and then I'm wearing the blues. This is why
Wait, that was a shady-
this is my first and last time on
No!
Stop it.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
All right, guys, so I hope, Cash just jumps up. I hope that you feel a little smarter. I certainly know that you do not feel dumber. Which sometimes you listen to stuff and you're like, shit, I just lost like 900 brain cells. But it's all about getting a well-hung gut. Please, I'm very happy to say that everyone's been really, really happy with the book. If you bought the first book, what I'm hearing from you all is that this is like really, really, really reinforcing the things you have been picking up on, and it's really like a deeper dive into it. And if you did not buy the first book, then this is like, you're like, damn, this stuff is good. But regardless, yeah, you can get the second book, but you cannot buy the first book. And no one can buy it. Like no, but it's not like
It's on eBay. I'm just joking.
No, it's not.
It's mine. It's on there for $2,000. Signed by
It's hers, signed edition. But anyways, the book it's really great, and I can say that because it was a major, major, major team effort pulling it off, and I hope that you enjoy it. What is going to be really exciting, though, for any of you guys who have bought the book, I suppose for others too, but what is really, really cool is what we have done is we have taken all of the visuals and we're putting them up on Pinterest. So when you are looking at the book, you can go onto Pinterest and you can be like, oh man, I'm on page, well, I can't read this, whatever, 155.
That's why we're putting it on Pinterest.
Because my dumbass, who's so used to working on the iPad, I'm always like, swing, and I'm like, wait, I can't expand. So when you go onto Pinterest, what you're going to be able to do is you can really look in closely at the illustrations, and you can tell exactly all the little details with it. And that's going to be on Pinterest. So that's going to have a little like guide to help you out. Well, just to add
And shop
something
it too.
extra.
Yep.
Can you?
Yeah, it'll
You'll
be
able to shop
rolling
it
out over the next week.
Yeah, but
so-
I made up a lot of this stuff in here. Is it
Well, the
real?
things that are
It's
real.
Yeah, okay. Well, anyways, enjoy. And we will see you next week. Bye, guys.
And we're off.
Yay.